since we're on the time crunch, we're gonna just go right into our week 3 previews and picks. This week, so we're gonna start off with the Fox game of the week. The beloved play the Cowboys and the Bears at the Lakefront. I will be there. Dante, I know you gave your pick on the show, so I'm gonna go straight to bang. If you want to know me and Dante's picks, subscribe to the Patreon.
Yes. So wait, you want me to repeat it, or we gonna keep it?
No. We gonna keep. That's why I said we're gonna go to bang.
Oh, yeah.
I struggle with this one, but I am going to pick the Bears 35-33 over the Dallas Cowboys. The only reason why I'm going to do this is because the Bears are at home.
Interesting.
That's the only reason I'm going to do this, because the Bears are at home.
They haven't won a home game since October 6, 2024.
I know. Believe me, buddy, I know. Believe me, buddy, I know. But that's the only reason why I'm going to pick them. I have no reason to pick them other than that. Like, the weather's not supposed to be the best Sunday. I saw too.
Let me check my Palm Pilot. Oh, it's supposed to rain on Sunday, but it's going to be a high of 77 though. It's going to be a high of 77.
But I'm
now whether this is
the rain.
You said it's supposed to do what?
It's supposed to rain, but I don't know
if it's Dakota rain. It's just, y'all just get ready.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Slam them overs.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, but I'm picking the over. I'm definitely picking the over on this game. Was over 50 points. Yeah, I'm definitely picking the over. Bears 35-33. Caleb Williams, this will be his best game as a pro. And I do think the running game is going to look. I think I saw a stat that I don't know how true or not. I ain't been looking at the stats like that because this team has been terrible. But I thought I saw a stat that said that the Bears their run block rate was one of the best in the NFL, but their run off, but the runners ain't been shit. I think this is going to be a good game when it comes to the running game, and it's going to help out Caleb Williams and the passing game. I also believe that Colston Loveland or Luther Burden will get their first touchdown of their careers.
That I do agree. Now, for the running game to be good, I think that you better hope that DeAndre Swift plays. If not, get ready to speak Cal Monunga because he's listed questionable in today's injury report. But anyway, you didn't hear what Ben said about Roshan?
No,
He asked him about Roshan's role. He said, "Yeah, he does good at special teams." So
that's what I said. I saw that 20. That's what's in the chat. I said he's on special teams. He's not doing shit. He's on special teams.
Yeah, Ben basically said,
"I wasn't tripping."
Back to the ghetto you go. He's like, "No, I'm straight. I'm straight on that."
I wasn't tripping.
Going to that team up north. They are 2-0 right now, and they're trying to go 3-0. Actually, no, 3-0. I'm tripping. No, they're 2-0. My bad. I'm tripping because they beat the Lions and they beat the Commanders. They're 2-0. They're going against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland, man, look, if you want to look, the only guys who might have a worse history than this when it comes to quarterbacks is the Cleveland Browns. And even that is still a discussion. But I think I would take Jay Cutler almost over every quarterback they've ever had. Not saying much at all. But this Browns team is bad, bro. It's bad. If you got 4 quarterbacks, you got none. I think the Packers are going to get an easy dub. Green Bay moves to 3-0, unfortunately. Dante, who you got in this?
Green Bay by at least 2 touchdowns.
Green Bay in the blowout. Dylan Gabriel will be the starter next week.
Okay. All right. This next game, man, Bengals and Vikings, the backup bowl. Jake Browning versus Mr. Carson Wentz. J.J. McCarthy's going to be out, what they said, the next 4 to 6 weeks, I think, which was not good for him. I watched that game on Sunday on the way back from Detroit, and I was just so mad the Bears let him off the hook. He's a bum. I'm sorry. Jake Browning, he looked real good in the second half of their game last week against the Jaguars. He held it down. They won. He's actually a really good backup quarterback. This game is in Minnesota, though. I'm going with the Vikings because that defense is great. I think they're going to make things difficult for Browning, and I think Wentz can make just enough plays. I like Kevin O'Connell so much that you could throw me on the center, and I think I can at least hand the ball off 1 to 2 times really good. I think Carson Wentz is going to be good. Now, the bad thing for them is Aaron Jones is also out as well. So that's going to affect their run game a little bit. I think this will be a close
Oh
game, but I'm
shit,
going to go.
Jordan Mason rushing for 100.
That's right. That's right. They do got Jordan Mason. I almost forgot about that. I'm going with the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings in this one.
Yeah, Minnesota as well. I don't like the backup QB bowl, but I mean, I also think Carson Wentz has an opportunity to really establish himself as a veteran backup, a solid option, and probably get a couple more checks. So I'm gonna go Vikings.
With that being said, I think Jake Browning is going to be better than people think. He's one of those backup quarterbacks who's the perfect backup quarterback for the team that he's on, because he could come in seamlessly because he has some of the same traits. Not as good, but he has some of the same traits as the quarterback that's there. This is the start of Jake Browning getting a lot of money to be somebody's starting quarterback, a bridge quarterback. Shouts out to Mike Glennon. I have the Cincinnati Bengals in a close one.
Got the NFC South matchup going on here. You've got the Atlanta Falcons, who got a good win on Sunday Night Football against the Vikings. They will be heading to Carolina to face the 0-2 Carolina Panthers. I do not like what's going on with the Panthers. I know I said I thought they were going to be a little better, but they do not look like it. And I really like what I'm seeing from Michael Penix Jr. Of course, yeah, he had a so-so game last week, but that's what's going to happen when you go against this Brian Flores defense. So I'm not going to put that against him when he was throwing dots against Tampa the week before. I think he's going to go do real good. I think that Penix and Bijan is going to carry it, and they're going to go to 2-1 over the Panthers.
This is going to be a good game. I do think the Atlanta Falcons are going to win. However, the Atlanta Falcons need to be careful because their starting cornerbacks are both questionable. Like you said, Bryce Young, I not just because he's a fellow short king, but I am a lot higher on Bryce Young than I was originally. He took the bench in like a man. He came back. He's played a lot better. Like you said, in that Tampa Bay game, he made some throws that you were like, okay, Bryce. Like you see why he is the Heisman Trophy winner that he is. But with that being said, I really like Michael Penix a lot. Michael Penix can make any throw. I think Bijan, Saquon is nice and he's coming off a historic season. But if you told me Bijan was the best running back in the NFL, I wouldn't disagree with you. Like, he's that versatile. He does that much. He's really that old school LT Matt Forte. When they get the ball, they could go. And like it could turn from a 5-yard gain to a 25, 30-yard gain just because of their ability, their vision. Bijan is nice like that. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Yeah, he's not Saquon Derrick Henry tier, but he's right under.
I think he is. I think this is the season that proves that. But I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers in the upset. I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers in the upset. Only because division games, and NFC South sometimes can get weird. Get that weird one out the way early, Atlanta. I got the Carolina Panthers in the upset.
Texans Jaguars, man, nice little AFC South game. CJ Stroud. Oh my God, he is just not good anymore, bro. Did you watch the Monday night game? It's like it was so bad. There was this one drive in the red zone where it was bad. It was 4 straight bad throws. Granted, the play calling was terrible. Bobby Slowick, who talk about somebody momentum going down. He was on a lot of lists for head coaches 2 years ago. Now, absolutely not. Bad play calling, but even worse.
Bobby Slowick ain't even there no more.
He not who's they offensive coordinator?
They let him go last year.
Oh, they did. They did. Well, the dude they brought in ain't better. And my man CJ, he threw 4 straight ducks that if Caleb threw, we would have content for a month and a half. Like it was that bad. But these are 2 teams I just don't like. I don't like the Texans. I don't like the Jaguars. I don't like anything about this matchup. But they are in Jacksonville. I'm gonna give the Jaguars a slight edge. I can see this going either way, but I'm gonna go Jacksonville for this
one. Yeah, Stroud, trading Laramie Tunsil, one of his top targets out. But even with that being said, he has struggled. New offense, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of bail. I think they score their first touchdown, and I think the Houston Texans beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. The The Jaguars, bro, I think we're starting to see with Travis Hunter. Don't get me wrong, Travis was a great college player. I'm not saying he's not going to be a great pro, but a lot of people who expected him to be wide receiver
NFL, different
one.
thing, man.
Yeah, a lot of people that expect him to be wide receiver one and cornerback one. That's not going to be the reality. So he may have been picked a little higher than he should have been because of his college persona, his college resume. But I think he's still going to be a good player. But with that being said, I don't think the Jaguars have enough, and I'm gonna go with the Texans to, like I said, finally get on the board.
I'm gonna go with Trick Off Trev and the Jaguars. Mainly because the aura around CJ Stroud ain't there no more. I also think that both teams. Well, I think the Texans made a dumbass move, or Nick Chubb made a dumbass move when he ran and scored that touchdown. He should have went ahead and slid, and stuff too. So that team's not even playing smart. If that team would have played a little smarter, they would have actually won that game last week. But CJ Stroud, also, and I'll continue to say this to Chris Canty and some of those others who's talking about the Bears passing on Caleb. The Bears passed on CJ Stroud to get Caleb Williams. Look, CJ Stroud is the biggest reason why you don't crown somebody after their first season. Because when the NFL get tape on you and you ain't got the coaches that'll help you out, this is what you get. The aura around CJ Stroud is no longer there. And that's one of the main reasons why I say what I say, just let Caleb grow. Don't anoint. Even look at a person we'll talk about a little bit later down the line missing the game on this weekend. So I just don't think that the aura around CJ Stroud is there no more. As Shane said, you shouldn't have tried the little bro Caleb because he ain't been the same literally since that game.
Yeah, that was like a watershed moment, right? It's like all his powers got sucked out of him. Pause. I will say this too about the Travis Hunter thing, Dante. You right. The NFL is just so different, bro. The NFL, Travis Hunter was great at what he did. Don't get me wrong. Deserved the Heisman. Super fun watch in both Jackson State and Colorado. But in the college, you're a big guy because there's not, you playing against dudes who working at Home Depot in about 4 or 5 months. Everybody in the NFL was that dude where they was at. And it's a much different game. And, I still think Travis can be great on one side of the ball, but it's definitely not going to be what we thought it was, and that's what we're seeing with him, what we're seeing with younger quarterbacks, man. Steelers Patriots. Steelers lost that game last week in a hilarious way. It was Aaron Rodgers. You cannot fool me. You were not back, bro. There were some throws that you made, and he usually don't throw picks, and he threw some picks last week. That dumb play where they didn't recover the ball and Seattle jumped on it. Oh my God. Steelers at Patriots. This is going to be an interesting game to me because the Patriots, man, they're a solid team. I like what Drake May looks like. He's had his ups and downs, obviously. But the Steelers, we saw how good they were against the Jets, but we also saw the things that could derail the Steelers at the same time against the Seahawks. This game was on the road in Foxborough. I'm going to go with the upset. I think Drake May and the boys get it done. Going with the Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I agree. The Patriots are playing better in Vrabel. It's unfortunate what happened to Mayo, but Vrabel's in there, putting his culture, putting his stamp on what the Patriots do, and that team will play better. I do like Drake May too, but I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers as well. The run game for the Patriots have not been what I thought it was going to be. Drake May ain't looking all that good to me this year either. So far, I think it would be a low scoring coach battle. I think it's going to be a battle between Mike Vrabel and Mike Tomlin. But I
The
think
battle
Tomlin
with the
has the better
mics.
players to get out. Yeah, battle with the mics.
Battle with the mics. And Jalen Ramsey is looking good. Now, whether that lasts a whole season, we will find out. This next game, big game, man. Rams at Eagles. This is a game that I feel like the Rams, I think they gave the Eagles their best shot last year in the playoffs. Like Matthew Stafford did great in the snow. They've been playing really solidly good this year. The defense has been really, really good. You know how the offense gets down. Devontae Adams is so happy he's playing with a quarterback again. They look good. The Eagles, I wasn't that impressed by the offense last week. They got it done though. The defense is still good. Y'all know I can't stand the tush push, but it's not going anywhere, so I got to deal with it. They're at home. I'm this upset week for me. I'm going to Rams. I'm going to Rams in this one. I'm going to Rams get an upset victory over the Eagles on Sunday.
And I'm going Philly. I agree. You know, I know the league put the announcement out to police the tush push a little stricter. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm still going with Philly. This is still a very good football team, and I think they get the job done against the Rams.
I got the Rams in this game too. I think they pull it out. The Eagles, even though they have been winning, I don't know if they're getting everything that they need to out of the quarterback position. But they don't necessarily need to do that with who they go up against, right? They're gonna need it in this one. They need Jalen Hurts to lead them. I just don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I like Matthew Stafford and the epidural treatment he's getting. I think it's gonna help him out there. But Colts Bucks, man, Colts Jets Bucks. They will be without our boy Justin Fields. Justin Fields is concussed. He will not be playing. Tyrod Taylor will be starting. Bang, man, I knew you'll be feeling good about your NFC pick right now, man. The Bake Show. He hooping. 2 road games, 2 road wins, stepping up in the clutch both games to get those wins. This is their home opener. Going with the Bucks. The Bucks are going to start 3-0. I think the Jets defense is good, but they're not going to be able to score points with now. What does concern me, the Bucks have a lot of issues with the offensive line because of injuries that Houston Texans D-line got to them in the second half of that game. Another one of their old linemen is going to be out for this week, out for the next couple weeks. So I do believe there'll be an opportunity for the Jets defense to make some plays, but I don't trust in the offense to actually score points to make the defense job actually count. So I'm going to go with the Bucks, and they're going to move to 3-0.
Yeah, big Baker Mayfield guy. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Tyrod Taylor, as Baker Mayfield, make sure people called him by his proper pronunciation. He's not gonna do enough. I think he's, we talk about, black quarterbacks not getting the opportunity to be journeymen, but I think along with the switch of black quarterbacks who are, what the bulk of the starters, I got quite a few journeymen black quarterbacks, and Tyrod is one of them. And I think he will be able to step in and be a professional, and it'll be a clean game. But I think at the end of the day, the Bucks have too much. So I'm gonna go Bucks by 10.
I'm nervous about the offensive line of the Bucks right now. They got a number of injuries on that offensive line. Just because offensively the Jets have not looked good, and Tyrod Taylor is going to be there. The defense is decent, but I'm going to have the Bucks pulling this out in a close one.
This next game it's nasty, but it's interesting, and I say that because the Colts are 2-0. The Colts are 2-0. Daniel Dimes has actually looked decent. 2 weeks ago, I was like, it's the Dolphins. But he looks good against that Broncos defense last week, man. That looks good. And now you're going against the Titans. Titans have a decent defense. Cam Ward, you can see signs that maybe there's a good quarterback in there. But he's a rookie. He's going to be going through the motions. This is a road game, though. I don't want to put too much dip on my chip, but like I said, this upset weekend for me, man. I'm going with the Colts. I'm going with the Colts to start 3-0. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones going to go out there and light it up and them, but I do think the Colts, they got a little momentum right now. And I like what I see from my man Cam Ward, but he's a rookie. So I don't know what I can count from week in and week out. So I'm going to go with the Colts in this
one. Man. I think this is going to be a good game, one of those sneaky good games. I agree with you about Cam Ward. You've seen the flashes. I'm going to go with Danny Dimes and the Colts, though. I think Miss Irsay going to be out there with the iced out Cuban with her head set on. And I think the Colts are going to take care of business.
With the eyebrows.
Yeah, man. I got Jonathan Taylor with a big game. Colts.
Yeah, JT, if you got, JT been killing it. This is the kind of game you're going to need JT. Next game, man, Raiders at Commanders. Raiders should be ashamed of themselves for the way they play Monday Night Football at home. The Commanders going to be without their guy. Jaden Daniels will not be playing. He has an injury issue, a knee issue that he injured in the Green Bay game a week ago. And the fact that he has not practiced since he had an MRI, not good. And also, I would be discouraged because Dan Quinn spoke to the media today, and he said there's no timetable on when when Jaden will come back. So Marcus Mariota will be starting against his former team. I'm going with the Raiders in this one. Not that Mariota can't get it done. I do think Mariota is a solid backup quarterback, but I think that Pete Carroll's one thing he's going to do with this Raider team that has not been done in past years. I don't think you're going to see like 3-4 game losing streaks from this team. I think he's a coach that can get that out of him. I think Geno, he has his faults and he can look like the guy who's in New York for a couple years and not knowing how to throw the football. I think he's going to bounce back. That Commanders defense is old. It's old. Their offense had questions even with Jaden in the lineup, which goes with what you were saying, Bang. There's film on him now. He doesn't look as close before. Defense is like, he can't throw to his left. So I believe that was going to be an issue anyway. And you have a big game from Max Crosby. I'm going with the Raiders in this.
Yeah, I agree. With Marcus Mariota behind the helm, I have no real faith in the Commanders. I think Cliff Kingsbury can cook up a decent game, but I think this is definitely one of those games if you're the Raiders. Even though it's tough, West Coast teams coming to the East Coast, I think the Raiders get it done.
Yep. I am going with the Raiders. I was thinking this could be a Marcus Mariota revenge game, but no. I am going with the Raiders here in this game in the upset.
That was my bad. I was pressing the mute button 3 times. Big AFC West matchup. Broncos at the Chargers. Chargers are 2-0. 2-0 right now. Justin Herbert's looked great. It feels like that offense is getting together. Keenan Allen is looking good. And for those of you saying, oh, Keenan Allen isn't washed, you just playing with the Bears. Hey, man, I know the Bears are easy team to crack on, but my man almost had 1,000 yards last year, and he had like 8 touchdowns. Okay, like he had a good year. Unk ain't going nowhere, and it's funny I'm calling Keenan Unk because I'm at least 4 years older than him. But whatever. Unk still got it. I love how we got my man. Who's my man from TCU? Quentin is Johnson. I forgot his last name. But he's looking good since he came back. I mean, it's like I came back this season, but the defense looks great. Even though they're gonna be without my boy Khalil Mack for the next couple weeks, defense is looking solid. The Broncos defense is great, but I've got questions on Bomani Nix, man. We keep talking about second-year quarterbacks. He's not look good these first 2 weeks whatsoever. I'm going with the Chargers. The Chargers are gonna be 3-0, folks, and they're gonna take a 2.5 game lead up on the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going with the Chargers.
I too am going with the San Diego Chargers. Jay Herbo, my dog, is going to get it done. It is our home opener. Any Broncos fans watching this, if you need a ticket, come holler at me. And if you're a newfound Charger fan, come holler at me. Still got my ticket up on Ticketmaster. Has not sold yet, so just waiting on that. But no, all jokes aside, I think the Chargers are really good. Shout out to Harbaugh. It's the coach that we wanted last year, and you see why. He everywhere he goes, he wins. Everywhere he goes, he implements his culture. And he's able to establish a tough, hard-nosed football team. They're going to be tough in the trenches on both sides of the ball. That's what you see from I'm going to call them San Diego, from the Chargers. I think the Chargers win by – this will actually be a low-scoring game because the Broncos defense ain't no hoe. We got Surtain. We got those guys over there. Yeah. I'll go – I'm going to go as low as – I'm going to say it's going to be a 17-10 Chargers game.
Well, that's a 2002 ass score right there.
Yeah.
Man, how you got this going?
Chargers, let's go. No, man. I think we've been giving Jay Herbo a lot of grief on this show, especially me and Courtney. We've been heating this dude. He's here, at least in the regular season. He's back. He's here. And I trust him more than I trust Bomani Nix right now. And Bomani Nix ain't got no reason to be going back and forth with Sean Payton.
Whatsoever.
We still ain't there yet, partner. But no, I got the Chargers in this one.
By the way, Justin, I never wavered. I've been here with you through the struggle, brother. I've been here. Jay Herbo. Saints Seahawks. I have no analyst for this. Seahawks will win.
Seattle.
They better. Yeah, Seattle better win. They better.
Cardinals Niners. Game 2 of the Mac Jones experience. The Cardinals have actually started off fake decent, but I don't like Kyler Murray. I have no reason for why I don't like Kyler Murray. I just don't like Kyler Murray, and their head coach gives me Kendall Roy vibes. So I'm going with the Niners in this one. And I think if Mac keep hooping, I don't know. I'm not. Obviously, Purdy got paid, but we all know Shanahan always wanted Mac Jones. So this is gonna get interesting to me if he keep hooping. But I'm going with the Niners.
I mean, this furthers my theory that Kyle Shanahan could pick me up off the street and give me 3 weeks, and I'm gonna be able to go out there and complete some passes. The man's offense is just amazing. He is elite, one of the best of the best. I got the Niners in this one.
I'm actually gonna go with the Cardinals in this one because for some reason the Cardinals play them very well. It never fails that they play them very well. This should be an easy game for them, and I'm on the Mac Jones train. I told y'all. I think Mac Jones is going to be the next Sam Darnold, and somebody going to pay him money for what he does this season. But they also think he going to trick one off, and it's going to be one of them.
Final 2 games, then we gonna wrap today's episode up, man. Our 2 primetime games. Sunday Night Football, the 0-2 Chiefs head to the Meadowlands to take on the 0-2 Giants. Something's got to give. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. Stupid finish alert 2 days ahead of time. This is going to be a dumbass game. This is what Bain just said about the Seahawks. The Chiefs better win. They've been on pat all week. They better win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Giants will give them a fight. I got the Chiefs winning just because I just can't see a world where the Chiefs go 0-3. But this is going to be a dumb game. I feel it in my bones. This is going to be a close game that's going to go down in the wire, and something stupid is going to happen. But ultimately, I do think the Chiefs will pull it out.
Yeah, I got Chiefs. So it's a get right game for them, a game they need right now. I think they'll take care of business. I got Kansas City by 2 touchdowns.
Kansas City gonna whoop their ass.
All right, man, I'm just the one on the conspiracy train. We'll see. Final game of the week, Monday Night Football. This is going to be a good one, man. We got the Detroit Lions and all their huffing and puffing fans. We'll be heading to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football. I believe the Lions going to be brought right back to earth and realize that every team is not the Chicago Bears. I've got the Ravens winning this game because I'm going to sound like a hater when I say this. Even though they did lose by 30 points, I was not really impressed with the Detroit Lions last week. I know that sounds like a hater comment. That is fine. I think the Ravens are going to win by multiple touchdowns. I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson's definitely on the warpath. You know what he got to get done this year. I'm going to go with the Ravens as well.
Ravens. I don't think the Lions are that good. I just think they got revived by going against the Bears. Not because I'm not a Detroit Lions fan. I just think that they still got a lot of work to do. And being that Baltimore lost the way that they lost against the Bills, they got to show how they act against these upper echelon teams. So they're going to beat the shit out the Lions.
Catch I'm Not Gonna Hold You, hosted by Scott Lewis, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on HNB Media and the Barbershop Network.